What's up, guys? Straight from the chest, Sunday edition. My name is Justin Groth, guys. Thank you for tuning in with me on this beautiful rainy day schedule Sunday. You know, that's my favorite weather. Rain, overcast, fog, love it, right? Guys, it's slippery on the roads right now. It's slippery. People are freaking out. Freaking out, man. And that's causing more disruption on the road than the weather. Just them freaking out. I get there's some caution with regards to the roads and everything. But guys, come on, just drive regular. Just drive regular. Just slow down the speed a little bit. That's it. Don't be brake testing the entire time. What's the point? You're just freaking everybody else out, man. This is, guys, for I just want to predicate, if you are new to the podcast, this is a personal development podcast. I'm so fortunate to have your listening ear. Hopefully you gain some insight and some value from the things that I'm saying and the content that I choose to create here. Guys, this is just my way of medicating myself, getting a therapy on myself, and honestly, I hope it helps you in the process. That's the reason why I continue this. That's the reason why I'm even on this mic. So with regards to that, we have a segment we like to call We're Not Friends. And without further ado, guys, we are not friends if you, and I can't stress this enough, but if you talk about yourself within the first few sentences of us greeting each other. I can't with it. I can't. We're not friends if you feel the need to talk about yourself, what you're doing, everything that's going on great in your life right now. If that's how you choose to greet me, we're not friends, dude. And you better believe that I'm going to redirect your attention within the first 27 seconds. Because not that I don't want to listen to you, but how arrogant is that for you to come across in the greeting when we haven't even established any rapport yet for the day or anything, and you just go right into saying, I got this going on. This is what I'm doing in my house right here. Look at this new thing I just bought. Like, are you threatened or something? Why do you feel the need to come across that way in our introduction? Why? I don't get it. But if that is you, A, we're not friends, and B, I'm going to absolutely redirect your attention somehow because I'm a very persuasive individual. I know how to do it. I can get you there within the first 27 seconds. But if that's you, we're not friends, and better believe I'm redirecting you. Guys, on that note, I want to ask you a question. What are the influencers that you look up to? What are they doing? Why do you look up to them? What are they doing in terms of what they're creating? And why do you look up to them? Most importantly, why? Because that should be your preface into anything you embark on in life is your why. What's your why? Why do you do fitness? Well, I need to get healthy. I need to feel good about myself. I want to build self-esteem. I want to be able to run around with my kids and not get tired. Okay, that's a great why. Why are you in business for yourself? Why? Because I can't stand being in somebody else's business and taking authority from everybody else. And I like to schedule my own appointments and I like to schedule my time the way that I want and such, right? Why? That's a great why, right? That's why and you can't fathom working a 9 to 5. Maybe that thought scares you deathly. That's a great why. So there's always a why in regards to why you listen to somebody or what you feel you take from that person, the value, right? The value that's introduced. So even maybe some of you are listening to this channel and you're like, well, this guy gives me some value. Maybe there's 1 or 2 bullet points that I take from the entire podcast. If that's the case, then you continuously look forward to the podcast. And I thank you for that. But there's always a why attached to the thing to the avenue that you're driving towards, right? And so why are you listening to some of the influencers that you listen to? Is it because they look good? Is it because they have a lot of cool things? Is it because the content that comes out of their mouth is very valuable to you and respectful to you, or you respect it and you can transfer it into your life and you're relating to it, etc., etc. What is the why? A lot of times, the influencers that are in our day and age now, they're clouded by the wrong things. They're clouded by material objects. And guys, I'm not saying that I don't like material things. I love them. If I was to ever come into any kind of wealth, I would do a lot of things, but one of them is buy a plethora of cars because I love cars. I just don't have many because I can't afford many. But if I had the wealth to buy cars, yes, I would have a Lamborghini, I would have a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, I would have a Wraith, I would have I'd have a lowrider on 13s. I love all hydraulic. I love that. I'd have all kinds. I'd have a monster truck. I'd have all that. I'd have all the stuff, right? If I had the wealth for it. And also, if I could do everything that I wanted to before that, all the meaningful stuff. But if my values or illustrations are predicated on just that, then that's kind of fleeting, right? You would think that's kind of futile in a way. So what are some of the things that your influencers have that you love? And I'm gonna be forceful in saying this. I really hope that you're following people that don't just look the part, but breathe the part and speak the part and apply the part. And I know it's hard to discern between those people because you got your slew of Instagram females that promote certain products, and men that promote certain products, and they have a certain body, and they're reached out to by these supplement companies that want to endorse them and endorse their bodies for all the hard work they put in to their body by saying, this product X and X did this for me, when it really didn't. It's really the years and years and years of relentless consistency, as well as, in some cases, the drugs. But you're never going to see drugs put on the map because that's demonized, right? And that could inflict on somebody's expression of what they see in that person. And you can't dull that down. That person not only has to look the part, but they have to assume the position. And nobody is going to respect people that do drugs, even though, well, maybe some bodybuilders would, but really, you don't really, once you find out they do drugs, you're like, oh, really? Oh, that sucks. Like, this bodybuilder, that created this physique, does drugs to get there? Well, then I don't really respect as much because it takes away from their work ethic. It takes away from their mental ability to keep producing and being consistent. And the times that you come into a plateau in your lifting career, they don't, because they got drugs to kind of propel them all the way through. And so you lose respect. So they're not going to tell you that part. They're going to just predicate on the aesthetics or give you the illusion that this is what brought them to this position. And that's why they sell the product that they're selling. But there's got to be some integrity behind the influencer that you're following. There's got to be some integrity behind anything really that you're placing a valuable why behind. And if there's not, I feel like you should drop it from your life. If there's not a valuable why attached to the person or thing that you're giving energy to, and you're giving your time to, and you're giving your attention to, I really believe that that's meaningless. And that you should probably drop that from your life and actually pick up some truth involved with why you follow certain people or what you should be looking for in somebody to actually look to as a possible role model or a person of high position, and really look at their track record. How'd they get there? Look at the way that they used to conduct themselves years and years back. Do some research on the person. Guys, let's put someone out there. Let's put Gary Vaynerchuk out there. Gary is a great leader only because he leads by a distinct level of self-awareness that most of you can't get to. Sometimes There's been a problem with me even getting there. There's some attention he's brought to my life that I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Because I'll tell you, the things that he speaks about, he's just being himself. And the things that he talks about now, he spoke about years ago. Years ago. And the guy, even though you evolve and he's evolved, he has never changed. You know, and sure, there comes some contradictions along the way. You might think a certain way in one moment of your life and then decide that was not right. That's not accurate. I need to readjust my way of thinking. And that happens to all of us. We're human. But at the same time, there's continuity with the gentleman. And there should be continuity with you too in your life over the major things. You know, that should be something that is the foundation or substratum to your existence and what you apply in your life and who you choose to listen to. What your why is attached to the person that you're giving your energy and attention to. And so it may not be pretty with what they're saying. It might not hit you in a positive direction, but at the same time, that is the convicted voice that's telling you, oh, that person's right. I should be doing that. Or maybe that's a good idea. That's an awesome ration that person's putting out there. I'm not saying that you take everything of what people are saying, your leader or your influencers or etc. of what they're saying and apply it as Bible. I'm just saying you can fan out or weed out some of the needless garbage and get to the root of what that person is and what they're trying to say and take from that and apply that to your life. Because reality is, that's all any good influencer is. It's how what they apply to their life, if they practice what they preach, if they drive that path, and if there's been continuity with themselves over the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15 years. Like, that is the thing that you look for. You don't look for the cash and the glitz and the glamour, because I'm going to be honest with you, there are some influencers right now that are literally in the dark because they haven't gotten their shot yet. But I've seen some of these people on Instagram, I've seen some of these people on YouTube, and they have barely any followers yet, any views, any likes, any comments, but there is structure and there is conviction and there is depth and meaning to what they're saying, and it's only a matter of time before those people make it to the level or the light that some other influencers that you look up to right now are in. It may take some time because they're not going with the cults. They're not going with the mainstream. And that is going to be the differentiator, the massive differentiator and equalizer that they have that's within them as opposed to everybody else. That's going to be the leverager. Is going to be the fact that they are predicated on being different, not in the mainstream, but giving you the things that you need to hear, not the shit that you want to hear. And that is going to level the playing field. Trust it. I really, really strongly suggest that you take an inventory and actually audit the people that are on your Instagram, that are giving you and extending their voice to you, and you hearing these things, and even though you think you're not processing them, you are definitely processing them if you're giving your time and energy and attention to these people. Take an audit over the people that are instilling meaning and value in your life, and take out everything else, because everything else is meaningless anyways. And if you respect yourself enough and you want the best version to come out of you, you're going to go towards the people that are convicting you and that are not feeding you cupcakes and candy because they want your attention, they want your clickbait, they want your viewership, etc., etc. You need to predicate yourself on meaningful, substantial avenues that are going to direct your life in the purpose that you were called to deliver. But that only comes from centering yourself, not only your physical being, but your mental space and your attention towards people that are giving value to your life. And value doesn't come in the ways of bling bling and cars and houses and whatnot. All that stuff can be bought, and as quick as it can come, it can go. As quick as it can come, it can go. And you'll know that because some of the leaders you might look up to aren't going to be here in 10 years. They're not going to be here with all the glitz and stuff that they have right now in 10 years, because people are going to slowly recognize and realize that they weren't speaking truth and they weren't speaking value, and they were only in it for the dollar. Check yourself and make sure that people that are in your circle, whether it's your physical circle or your social media circle, they have the right intentions at bay in their own life, and that they're distributing value to you.